Wait, you weren't recording the whole time? I feel like that was a lot of good content.
Hello, everybody. Oh, there we go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 53 of the Uncensored Anime Podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things anime uncensored. And we are your hosts. I'm David. We have Jerry. We have Kenny. And we'll just get it out in the open right now. We don't know what we're talking about today. We're just going to talk about whatever
David, bro,
relevant news
Dude,
is out.
David's fucking out of here.
yourself.
Yo, he's
I'm
snitching on us.
Oh.
Snitching on us
Look,
right now.
I just want to be honest.
No, we're rolling.
I want to be honest with
this
with
man.
these people that are listening, our listeners. They just have to know.
Tonight we're talking about eating at Chili's. We're talking about eating at Chili's, and we're talking about eating at. No, I'm
talking about not going to karaoke because the roads in Dallas are frozen.
Karaoke's canceled.
They're not.
Which
they're
is
not
so
frozen.
unfortunate.
I can't be more clear. I can't be more clear.
We
The
were gonna
roads
do
are not frozen.
what we're gonna do tonight. Tell the audience what we're gonna do.
Video game music songs, but I was
video
thinking
game
maybe
music songs.
we should do English anime openings for the podcast.
So just
wait, Kenny, what was that again?
English anime openings. So
But
like
for the podcast.
Well, I mean, we could just film, little bits for the TikTok or something. I don't know.
Then suddenly,
for the TikTok,
my intuition and my wisdom grows.
No, I was thinking like, don't.
And
stop,
then
don't
I
stop.
know. But
Don't
most
stop,
of all,
don't
I
stop,
sense
we're in luck now.
Don't stop, something to
I'm
found.
aboard and
Bring
All right.
along.
Anyway, so that's
a plan.
all. That's
that
all
would
fine
be
and
a good.
dandy.
That would be a good fun karaoke night.
That
Honestly,
would be fun,
I would
though.
love to film us doing karaoke and put it as an episode of the podcast.
But then I would do Iran from Knights of the Zodiac.
Oh, that counts. That counts. That's an English anime opening.
That counts.
And
counts
I ran so far away.
But then you got to do.
Wait, Kenny taught me that the Digimon was it Digimon movie that had the
1 week.
Been
Yeah.
1 week since you looked at me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they had
But really,
that song
you got to
in
do
that movie,
the
dog.
you got to do the yo ho ho. He took a bite of
Gum gum.
You got it.
There's
No way.
Yo. His name's
Nobody
Solo. He's
DJ
just like a
has that.
samurai. In the LADY, Nami's not shy. Usopp's doing that marksman thing. Sanji's cooking. Chopper's doctoring. Yeah, yo. His name is Luffy. That's Monkey D. Gotta be king of the pirates.
So today, listeners, we're gonna be talking about karaoke and anime karaoke. We're gonna be talking about.
Whoa! Did y'all see that the latest chapter of One Piece is trending? I hate
Wait,
One Piece.
1041, the one that's not out
Yeah,
yet.
it's
No,
trending.
what do you mean it's trending on Twitter?
I don't even know.
On the Twitterverse?
It's trending, Jerry.
It was trending
It's
in the
trendy.
Twitterverse. Yeah.
It's trending.
People are
Well, here's the deal.
talking
It's not out yet, so I don't know why it's trending.
Well, people have it. Okay, I don't know what to
Whoa.
say. I try not to spoil myself during the week. I don't know how One Piece comes out so early. People
It's
just
just-
steal that shit.
Well,
Yeah.
they get the
Oh, yeah.
magazines Wednesday, right?
It's people getting the magazines in Japan, fucking cracking those things open. They're getting them behind the shop, before they're even supposed to put them on the shelves. Some convenience store owner in Japan is just back there scanning pages, getting them on the internet as fast as possible. And so then we end up like this. But I also saw like that there was some big thing that happens in 1041, but I saw
Luffy
it on
had
the
to
subreddit.
beat the shit out of Kaido or something.
Luffy
Actually,
beat
the chapter.
out of Kaido.
How
Luffy won?
crazy would
Is that
that be if the whole chapter was just panel after panel of just Luffy beating beating him to a bloody pulp, just like absolutely wrecking Kaido's shit. He's just like making Kaido eat dirt. He's like bullying the shit out of him, tosses him off Onigashima and watching him die and shit. Just
What if Kaido beats Luffy's ass? What if Luffy loses? What if it's that? What if that's it?
I mean, okay, did you
Kaido's
read
the
the last
winner.
chapter? I mean, David, literally.
Yeah, David, did you read the last? Yeah,
Did you-
Kid in Law won.
Kid in
Like,
Law
this
straight.
This is it.
They straight gassed
yeah, I
Big
saw
Mom.
that, yeah.
They gassed her ass, dog. I did not
can't
see
believe
that.
it.
I did not expect that, honestly. I was like, did you just get gassed by Kid? And people been calling Law like a straight L for years. So I hope that they put some fucking respect on this man's name. Because he is not he gassed Big Mom, dog. He took her to the shop. He put her to bed. He gassed that motherfucker.
He turned his sword into what was it? What was his name? Gin from Bleach.
Oh, yeah,
he
he
did
unlocked.
that.
He unlocked. He got Gin's Bankai, dude.
While using Bankai.
God, yeah.
He's straight.
That was his new.
I'm excited.
Post time camp thing.
But I assume that's why. So, on the same lines as Shonen Jump and blah blah blah. We can talk a little bit about Shonen Jump, boys, because I know
we can.
What's crazy is we put out a whole Shonen Jump episode, and like 2 weeks later, the whole fucking landscape of it is just altered completely. No.
2 new shows.
Last time we talked, Magu-chan was ending, and we didn't know what was replacing it yet. So obviously, as of now, its replacement came out, but they also debuted another manga, which was a little bit surprising because it wasn't very clear that another series was ending because nothing had ended yet. But now it's pretty clear which one the other series is. Kenny actually kind of mentioned it when we did our Shonen Jump episode, and that's that it seems, based off the rumors, that Dr. Stone is finishing up a lot faster than we thought, and will actually be concluding in just 2 more chapters. So as of this recording, there's only 2 chapters. Supposedly, again, it is still kind of a rumor, but supposedly it's concluding in 2 chapters, which it makes way more sense now why Jump went ahead and started another series. They went ahead and started 2 series back to back because, and so the 2 that we got are pretty. I haven't read the other one, but I'm not really
You've seen
interested.
it, actually. It's a Disney movie. It's called Up.
Oh, it's Up. They made Up. No.
Yeah, it's called Up. It's called Up.
That's what's that one
I've
called?
read half
Earthchild.
of the stories. They're both. I think they're both pretty interesting.
Earth-
So the first one was
what is it called?
Akane Boshi
Okay, yeah.
was the first one.
Right. So the first one that came out with Akane Banashi is what it's called.
Banashi.
And it's a story about I don't really want to spoil the first chapter, but essentially it's about
Rakugo.
theater. Yeah, it's a theater art that's in Japan, and we haven't really had a theater. Obviously, there was a very popular theater manga that ran in Shonen Jump that got canceled for reasons, and
I think that one was about movies, though.
Oh, was Actage not actually? Well, theater acting. Sorry, it was about acting.
Right.
You're right. It was about my brain.
This is more
traditional.
Traditional live.
What was that show we just watched about the girls?
Kageki Shoujo. It immediately reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's also like a traditional Japanese style.
Right.
Rakugo is.
Which
It's
I guess
like
I don't know much about Rakugo, but in the first chapter, it's like a one-man show. That's all I really got out of it. It's like
they tell like
one person telling a story as multiple characters.
Like they sit on a pillow, they're in front of an audience, and they perform and they portray every single character. So they tell it from multiple perspectives.
It's traditional stories too. Like it's literally the same stories, which is kind of like interesting in that aspect.
Right. There's like an element of everyone has to adapt the same stuff, but they all do it different. I don't know. But the first chapter was fucking flames, dog. I loved it. Great first chapter. Okay. Came out the gate swinging.
I kind of want to talk about it because I feel like I'm so connected to a certain character in the first chapter that I'm scared is no longer going to be a main part.
I mean, people can make sure they go read the first chapter and then come listen to us, guys. So what are you spoiling for us, Kenny? What are you going for?
The father is he was so interesting. One, it felt like maybe this manga wasn't going to be about kids.
Right.
And I was like, fuck them kids. Josh had me on.
We like shonen manga that doesn't have kids it's nice to have a slightly older
different
shonen protagonist. Yeah.
But then they were like, nope, just kidding. It's about some kid. It's his daughter.
Right. It was a setup chapter.
Yeah. I mean, she's on the cover of.
Yeah, she is. She is.
So.
But, you read that first chapter and you're like, but that dad though?
You like the daddy.
But that dad
Yeah,
though?
and then he spoilers for chapter 2, he's not even in chapter 2. So he doesn't even exist.
It doesn't really surprise me though.
I'm scared that he's not even going to exist anymore, and I really loved him as a character, and that sucks.
I feel like it would be a disservice if the character doesn't at least have like some small part in the remainder of the story. Like, it's not like the guy died at the end of the first chapter, He just failed at his dream, I guess.
Just had to get him up on his dream, man. I don't know what to say.
That, and so like, I don't know. I'm definitely excited for this one. It had some really spicy stuff and just some stuff that like the characterizations and that kind of jumped out at me with the with the daughter and the dad especially, but also there's always sort of an interesting like the guy who now that we're spoiling it in the first chapter, how the guy like fails everyone that did the exam or whatever. That character clearly is going to have like we're going to get to peel back his onion at some point. And If the series goes on long enough, obviously. Who knows? It might get canceled. It's Weekly Shonen Jump, so who knows? But there's at least something there. Go, Ken.
Yeah. I'm impressed by the art, too. I really liked the character design.
Yeah,
the way everything was drawn. Which, is important for a good manga.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've talked about it before. Like, Duran is just really not good looking, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And this one had a much more spectacularness to its artwork, which I was like, oh, okay, Akane Banashi.
Yep.
Yeah, Magu-chan's gone, Banashi's in, and then another series came out last Sunday. I have not gotten a chance to read it just yet.
It's
what's it called, guys? Earth Child. Feel free to spoil it. I don't give a fuck. I'll read it later. What happened in this shit?
It ups literally.
Yeah.
The guy and the girl fall in love, and then she has to and then they have a child and are happy together, but then she dies, and you're like,
yeah, it's like in a universe where there's one person on the planet that's deemed the Earth Child, and they're the protector of the Earth.
Yeah.
Well, no, they said multiple people are, but
multiple. It was 1 in a million though, or something like that. Or
there's a couple hundred Earth children, is what they said.
Yeah. And the mom is Earth Child, and she dies because she's saving the planet from a meteorite. Okay. She destroys it, but she sacrifices herself.
Yeah. And then you find out that the child also is an Earth Child, even though.
Yeah, it's right after she gave birth, she had to go and. Oh no! I think the child was a few years old. Yeah. A few years old, and then mom goes and dies.
It ups us really hard. Okay.
It ups
us really hard. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see that relationship blossom and grow.
But did you guys like it?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's almost a self-contained story, though.
What you mean? It'll end fast?
As in that, it could have ended at the end of that chapter.
It could have just been a one-shot, you're saying?
Yeah, it could have been a one-shot, I think. And so I don't know where the story is to go after this. I guess
maybe it's heavily based off a one-shot that the author did, and he adapted it into the first chapter.
They're going to age the characters up next, because the child, obviously, the whole thing is that an Earth Child is destined, they're born of the Earth, and so they're destined to sort of do something important, and the mom was destined to always be born and deflect this meteorite and die from it.
Okay.
And so it's now he finds out his child is an Earth Child as well, and so is his child also destined to sort of die in sort of a
chosen
way
one
as well?
That's the chosen one trope that exists in a lot of literature, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. They also have psionic powers, so they can use their psychic abilities to fight and do stuff. So
I will say
there's some potential for some good.
There's some interesting stuff going on with this guy. So the author of this series, Hideo Shinkai, I fucked that up. Hideo Shinkai. I don't know why I said it so weird the first time. Hideo Shinkai. He was previously an assistant to Araki on JoJo's. So that's an interesting part about him. And he's actually been serialized in Shonen Jump twice before. This is his third manga. His first series that he ever had in Jump actually ran for a pretty significant amount of time. It ran for 90 chapters, so it had 11 volumes. And it was a series titled Soul Catchers. And what's weird is that the U.S. never got... It was published in a time that was kind of before the Shonen Jump app. So this came out in 2013 to 2016. It kind of predates the app. And it was one of those series that I guess just wasn't popular enough that Viz decided to bring it to the U.S. So we don't have any official English translation of Soul Catchers. There is probably a fan translation available somewhere online, but no official translation of that series, which is weird because, again, 11 volumes is a pretty significant length for a series in Jump, That's not short by any means. But yeah, so I've never even heard of Soul Catchers. It would have came out, David, when we were in college, so I was pretty off on Jump stuff at the time. Kenny, I don't even think... Did you even say that you read that one? I don't think you did.
Soul Catchers?
Soul Catchers. I mean, it would have just been another Jump series back in the 2013 to 2016 era. But he followed it up by a second Jump series. Or wait, am I goofed on this? Sorry, that was his second series. His first series in Jump got canceled after only 23 chapters. So his first series was actually from 2010 to 2011. and that one only ran for 3 volumes, and it was called Lightwing. And then he followed that with Soul Catchers. And then after Soul Catchers, but the thing is, Soul Catchers ended almost, Jesus Christ, at 16, so 6 years ago. And that's kind of a long time to take a break from writing manga. You know what I mean? Like, Lightwing and Soul Catchers were pretty quick back to back, and then he just kind of disappeared for a couple years, and now is coming back with Earthchild. So, I don't know. He's only ever been published in Weekly Shonen Jump. So the author clearly has, like, some sort of connection to the magazine. Because Weekly Shonen Jump's not easy to get published in.
No.
But still, so this is his 3rd attempt. I wonder if this one's going to go a long time. I wonder if it's going to, I don't know. Like, Kitty already said that he feels like it could have just be one and done. So that's not a good sign.
I don't know. Like, I guess I don't know where the story can go from where they sort of set it up.
Right.
Like,
I will say, someone on Mal already said, Earthchild has one of the best first chapter in any manga.
We've had a Mal review episode before. We know that they're
Don't you just love and then someone said, only man to have a series get axed 3 times in a row is back in action. How rude.
It's like so many people though. It's not just him.
I think the My Hero guy had 3 series axed.
He sure
right?
did. He did. Yeah.
2 or 3, right?
Kohei Horikoshi had at least the Zoo one and the Barrage one canceled before he landed with My Hero. So, I mean, it's not unheard of to get canceled a couple times before you find it. Also,
I mean, My Hero's ending for sure. We have begun. I think, maybe
by the end of 2022. I can't remember if we talked about this, but
I think it's
is it going to wrap up this year?
I think it's possible.
I think it'll leak into.
I think probably early next year, though.
You know what's crazy, Kenny, is I remember during one of our Shonen Jump combos, like a year ago, you thought Dr. Stone might go on for a long ass time, and so it's crazy that one is going to wrap up so fast.
I thought that it could go indefinitely just because of like the aspect of what it is.
Right, it totally could, and I still
like science,
I just recently started trying to catch up. I'm on volume 20, like chapter 180 or something. I'm still a little bit behind, like probably about 30, 40 chapters behind or something, but I feel like it's just ramping up. That's the only way so I don't know how they wrap up so fast, but I don't know. You feel like it's wrapping up. Yeah. Well, Alyssa feels pretty good about the ending. So
it's just like, like every week is just sort of like science, like, like what's the fun science thing we want to talk about? And like, I guess finally he's like, you know what, he's like, I'm kind of ready to finish it off. So
yeah, maybe Boichi and Inagaki both have some ideas for other stuff they want to do.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I did go back and read. There's a Riichiro Inagaki manga that I heard was really good that I wanted to read.
That isn't Ice Shielder Doctor. He wrote other stuff. Has he ever drawn a manga before? I actually should look that up.
I don't think so.
I feel like he's only written manga, so I don't know if he's ever actually drawn anything. But
Trillion Game?
He's probably not terrible.
Is that it?
It's a series that just came out in December December 2020.
I read the first chapter of that actually. It's not bad. Maybe that's the reason why he's ending up.
It's in a different magazine too.
Yeah, maybe Trillion Game is distracting him, so he is moving on. Because that's being drawn by freaking the guy that wrote Crying Freeman, which is like kind of a classic manga.
Oh,
I didn't realize that. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I read Ikigami.
Ryoichi Ikigami. Yeah. That's so weird. Yeah, he's
That's
interesting. I would love for Riichiro Inagaki to get back with Yusuke Murata, dude. That would be so sick.
Yusuke Murata's gonna be drawing One Punch Man forever. Okay.
For the rest of his life. All right, Yusuke, get back to work. We got more One Punch Man to draw. But I hope that Boichi goes on and does something. Boichi has written a lot of manga by himself. Like, he's not traditionally teamed up with other mangaka, and so I find it, or with a writer. So I found it interesting that he even teamed up with Inagaki. But some of his other series are definitely weirder. I don't know how else to put it. Boichi was kind of a weird fella before.
I really like.
Dr.
There's that
Stone.
one where like there's like it's like an android. I don't know which one it is, but
I think I know which one you're talking about though. He's done.
He
does sci-fi a lot.
Up.
He does sci-fi.
Yeah,
a lot.
like Yeah, he does like photorealistic insides of people, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
he's done a lot of work,
bro. He also used to draw a lot of hentai, like a lot of it. Like this man did hentai. I was like looking up the other day. I was like, Boichi, why did you do all this hentai, dog? And he was just like, fuck it, hentai it is.
Mean, his art's dope as fuck though. So
yeah, I mean that's just what he's about. So I do wonder if it's just at the point where Boichi's like, I'm ready to go do something else. Because shonen, I just am surprised he ever did a shonen because he's such a seinen guy. Like he's only other than Dr. Stone, like all his other work were pretty much seinen and adult content. So I find it pretty interesting that he did a shonen series for as long as he did. But that's it, Dr. Stone wrapping up, replaced with good old Earthchild, wherever that's leading us. So
catch up on Dr. Stone.
Yeah, David, you should catch up too. I want to try to finish.
To be 2 more chapters. The fact is that you could have told me it was 1 more chapter, and I'd probably believe you.
Right.
It's pretty.
Maybe
definite.
it's gonna be like a like a finale chapter, and then like an epilogue chapter. I could see them doing that. I think that would be comfortable. But I'm gonna try to catch up before the last chapter, so that way I can be, since I've only got like I said, like 50 more chapters to go or something. So I'm gonna probably try to catch up before the last one comes out. And that way I can read it with you guys, and we can be like, "Yay, Dr. Stone!"
I guess start from chapter 1.
Oh, David, well.
Yuri's taking the high ground. He's 100 chapters ahead of David.
Yeah, I'm like almost 200 chapters ahead of you on this one, dog. David, and they're not short. The Dr. Stone chapters, they hurt, dog.
They wordy.
There's a lot of words, dog.
It's about science. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you gotta
I've
get
gone
ready.
through like 40 volumes.
Didn't
of
you
Naruto
watch? Wait, didn't you watch the
like
anime or no?
Yeah, I did. I watched through the beginning of Stone Wars, but if I read it, I would just read from the beginning.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could skip because it's pretty accurate. The anime is pretty much just word for word, but whatever.
Oh, is it actually? Oh,
yeah, it's very accurate.
I might just go from where I left off then.
Yeah, that'd be way easier. But that's Shonen Jump. So quick Shonen Jump updates for the boys.
Yeah.
For the boys.
I unfortunately think Doron is going to get canceled.
Oh yeah, that shit's
probably
out.
So.
PPPP's going down.
Maybe
so.
P6 is going to get canceled.
I've heard a rumor that Mashal might be up for a cancellation.
Mashal and Undead are like both pretty.
Yeah, I mean we talked about it, how the rankings have not been doing
like
well for those.
Yeah.
If we rotate like 6 mangas out soon.
I think that Mashal and Undead, because of how long they've already been, I think both of them will get to end on their own terms to some extent. Like, Shueisha might say, hey, start wrapping it up, but I think that they'll both, at this point, get at least 20, 30 chapters to wrap it up kind of thing. You know what I mean? They're not just going to get ushered out. You know,
actually,
but Duran Duroron and PPPPP, they might literally just get told to wrap it up and be done.
You know what I just realized?
What?
They got to make room for Bleach, bro.
Bleach is coming back, baby. Bleach is coming back. They need to,
actually.
Fuck it, move Boruto back into weekly, and then we can just have the big 3 back, baby. Bleach,
Boruto's ass.
Boruto, and everybody's favorite, Boruto Uzumaki.
Naruto's dad, baby.
I do think it's possible Black Clover is ending, but also like you could just make the next bad
That's
guy
an action
badder.
forever.
Yeah, you could just make the next bad guy bigger and badder, and I would be like, huh?
My Hero would come back to even when the My Hero ends, it's going to be a My Hero ship it in.
Yeah, I feel like Horikoshi can't get away. I mean, we're already getting fucking Chainsaw Man sheeped which I'm not happy about.
What?
Wait, what?
Let me
Chainsaw Man's pulling JoJo's.
Let me explain.
Pulling the JoJo parts.
I love the world of Chainsaw Man, but I also thought that he wrote a good ending. Like, I think he wrote a satisfying ending for that series. And I just don't want Fujimoto to have to keep dragging it. I hope that the reason he's coming back is because he wants to. Like, he's got a story in mind. Because I think that if Shueisha is getting too involved in it and is pushing him to come back just because of the sales, then I'm scared that we're going to end up in this situation where we get 100, 200 more chapters of Chainsaw Man and the story just starts to really fall apart. Because right now, Fujimoto wrote a solid like beginning, middle, and end for this story, and I liked where it wrapped up. But I just don't want
part 1.
For part 1,
I think get part 2.
For part 1, yeah. I think that they left too many questions on board.
I mean, obviously people want to see Power brought back to life, and I think that's like the big. People assume that's going to be the first arc is Denji's quest to bring power back.
I'm ready for Denji to bring back both power and Aki. Like I think he's gonna raise a little group of kids.
That'd be
he's gonna have a new Blood Devil, a new Gun Devil that he's just gonna take care of.
I don't know. I just read so a little off topic, but I just read Fire Punch this week. I went ahead and binged it, and Kenny, you haven't read it yet.
Did you like
right?
the ending, Jerry? I need to know. Did you like the ending?
Okay, so I actually thought that he did okay with this ending, and I think that I'm not going to spoil it then because I think Kenny, you should read it one day. By the way,
yeah.
I mean you've got it. You've got it in the living room. Yeah, I mean you can just walk in there and grab it. I think that the thing with Fire Punch is that
I'll just go start reading right now.
There was a lot of broad concepts that Fujimoto wrote this when he was like 23 years old. He was young and a fresh-faced mangaka. This was one of his first series. This was his first serialization. It's his first serialization. And again, he was young and he had a lot of really broad, like scathing ideas that he wanted to get out. And a lot of it is like pretty strong critique of like the modern world. Fire Punch has a lot of things centered in environmentalism that are really clear, as well as like allegorical stuff that involves like how we see God and how we see religion. And I think that both of those are incredibly tough topics to tackle in like Fire Punch ran in Shonen Jump Plus, which technically implies that it's a shonen manga, but it was really a seinen manga in my mind. I mean, it was way too gritty and dark there's no way that was designed for kids. But he had some really broad ideas, and to some degree, he executes them satisfactorily. Like, I think there's some really satisfying, that's the word I wanted. There's some really satisfying concepts in Fire Punch. And on the other hand, some of it he just kind of whittles. Like, he just kind of blows is the word I would use, that he just doesn't bring it to a conclusion that works. And that's fine, because again, he was young and he was just writing kind of this initial crazy story he had about this immortal flaming being in this a post-apocalyptic ice world. At its core, that's what Fire Punch is. But it just has a lot of underlying themes that are pretty powerful. And you just don't get that a lot with shonen or even with seinen manga. Sometimes you don't get a good execution of tough themes. You get stuck with these like half-assed or half-baked themes, or like with a lot of shonen like My Hero or Black Clover, the theme really boils down to just like hard work, dedication pays off kind of thing, right? So you don't even get to really play with like real life concepts or any parallels to real life. But Fire Punch had that, and I dug it. I mean, in honesty, like I ended the series going, oh, I actually kind of liked it. It was a quick read, and it was something you could just sit down and blow through. But it had a lot of powerful moments, and I was like, oh, this is a really I mean, I do have to give a lot of props to Fujimoto's art, because that man, I don't know what's wrong with him. Chainsaw Man was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Fire Punch was just as beautiful, though. Like, this man knows how to panel and draw scenes that look like they're moving, and he does a lot of that shit where it'll be a whole page, and it's like a character talking, but each panel is like a different mouth movement or like facial expression as they're having a conversation, and it just feels very cinematic and very it works really well. But yeah, I mean, I would suggest viewers, if you haven't given it a shot, definitely maybe go read Fire Punch. Some of the ideas are a little abstract. The ending is a little weird. It's weird, but it plays into this religious theme is all I'll say. I don't want to spoil it. The theme of religion is kind of a prominent aspect of the series from beginning to end, and the ending plays into that, what we believe in religion and the environmentalist theme, which is another big theme in the series. So, random review, but I read Fire Punch and I liked it. So
I wish it would have gotten animated, or hope that it would get animated.
It might still, don't.
There's like a lot of action in there that would just be so amazing and beautiful animated.
Yeah. So my review this week is going to be about Hell's Paradise.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, tell us, kidding, because you wrapped it up.
I finished Hell's Paradise this week, and let me tell you, good ending.
Good ending.
No spoilers, because
no spoilers.
This is a manga with a lot of spoilers possible. I had stopped just before sort of everything got explained, which is like, like the whole thing is that it's like a big mystery kind of, but um it was very good. I was very, very happy with the ending. I was very happy with the way everything went down. It felt very succinct. Like it didn't feel like it was being rushed, and it didn't feel like it was being told to end, but it also didn't feel like it just could run as indefinitely. It was very, very good.
It felt like Yuji Kaku had an ending in mind and wrote to that ending
from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
The last couple chapters are so good, and then there's like an epilogue chapter that's like, it's very happy, I guess.
That makes me happy to hear. Kenny, do you think that? So we know this. We talked about it. Hell's Paradise's anime is coming out later this year. To my understanding, it's going to be a single season, and they're going to do the whole manga. Do you think
24
that
episodes?
I think so. I think that's what I believe I'm hearing. Is it's
only 127 chapters?
Two cores, 26 episode or 24 episode, somewhere in that range, and it's going to just do the whole show right through. I mean, that puts it at about what? Like you said, how many? 127. So that puts it at like 5 chapter an episode, 4 or 5 chapter.
6.
Yeah,
there's a lot of action too.
No, but I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Every character, every character's ending was very, very well put together, and very smart. Well, and I think that
should they read the manga or wait for the anime? If they're fans right now, is it worth it to just go read it? And the manga is fully available on the Shonen Jump. Well, it's not on the app itself, but if you pay the $2, you have to log in on your computer. But you can read it not for free.
Oh yeah, because it's sort
$2 a month.
It's considered mature, so you can't actually read it on the app on your phone. But as long as you log in on the browser, it is all on there to read. Yeah. So that's kind of a nice little. Some people don't know that. Fire Punch is also like that. Actually, it's not on the app, but you can actually read it on the browser.
Did y'all know that Mappa was animating Hell's Paradise?
Yeah, we watched the trailer, David. We talked about the trailer.
That's Mappa?
We talked about the trailer
what's going on?
Mappa.
We talked about the trailer. Dude,
David
Mappa? Yo, what the fuck?
He's like, we talked about it? What?
Bro, I'm so over
I forgot it was Mappa.
I'm so over Mappa. Can we talk? Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay, so Kenny, Hell's Paradise, you feel like solid, though, and people should read the manga.
I'm excited about the anime. If the anime's bad, oh well, the manga was great, so.
Right.
Probably won't be, but you never can trust.
Okay.
That's Mappa. It's gonna slap.
So on that note, can we just talk about like Mappa for a minute? Just for a minute. Because I don't know. I'm just tired of anime Twitter and the way they treat Mappa because
of Attack on Titan?
I don't know what's going on. Like I don't
because of Attack on Titan.
Do people even understand what Mappa is? Do they even understand what an anime production studio is? Like I just think that people just like glorify this word Mappa because like, bro, they make my show Jujutsu they're like, bro, UFO table versus Mappa, bro. Which one? Which one's more heat? Which one has more heat, dog? UFO table or Mappa, dog? And I just feel like
that's tough, bro.
No, but no, don't. I just feel like they have no. People talk on it as if they like they know about anime production studios and blah 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 and all this shit. And I'm just like, okay, I'm happy that people want to learn more about what goes in to the shows that they enjoy. I'm really happy about that. And I think that as an anime fan, we should all be excited that there are people out there that want to know and give their thanks to the people who work really hard to make these shows as incredible as they are. That's great. But don't talk out your ass about it. Do your research, learn about the studios, learn about where they came from, learn about what they're founded on, and try to figure out, because the reality of it is there's tons of great anime out there that are not Mappa or UFO Table that are fantastic. Wit Studio exists, Bones exists, Madhouse exists. These are all great companies that have put out wonderful anime. Cloverworks has been putting out some really great shows recently. Yeah. And I just feel like people are gassing up Mappa and UFO Table just because Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. They're both good studios. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Kenny and I could talk up and down about UFO Table. There's just something wrong with the people who work at UFO Table, honestly. But
I don't know what
they're both great studios, but there's just so much other. There's so many other things, and not just that, but I believe Mappa is like a derivative of Madhouse, if I remember correctly. Someone correct me on this, but I think that Mappa was like founded by like the dudes that were at Madhouse, and they like left Madhouse. Okay, yeah. They like left Madhouse to found Mappa. So Mappa is just a derivative of the OG GOAT Madhouse, and everybody fucks with Madhouse. Madhouse made some of the best anime of the last 20 years. They're a fantastic company, and it makes sense because these dudes went over and started doing Mappa. Which one?
What about Studio Trigger, guys? Okay.
Why is no one talking about
what about
Trigger?
IG Production?
Well, Trigger been kind of quiet lately. I love Production IG, but
what about Kyoto Animation?
After they made Promare, I mean, like.
What about hey guys? What about Studio Dean? What about Studio Dean?
Studio Dean?
Yeah, what about Studio Dean?
What about Melipensi?
Okay, What about Leiden Films, bro? What about bro? They
look. Despite the end result, there's a lot of work that goes into producing, creating, animating anime. Even if the end result of the anime is good or bad based on people's opinions, but there's still a lot of work that's put into them. So.
Right.
So even though Mappa's great, it isn't just Mappa in the game. There's a lot of other great animation studios creating amazing content.
I'm happy because I'm not just an anime nerd, but I have always been interested in like the process of animation. Mm-hmm. And so ever since like I got into anime, I've always done research on all of it. And it goes all the way back. I think my interest in it spawned because of One Piece. Because when I was really into One Piece when I was little, I wondered why some episodes would look different or were animated differently, what was happening there. And that's when I started to learn about what the production cycle looks like for a weekly anime and how most of those shows you're seeing, they're not made in 1 week. That would be goddamn impossible. You know, they have much longer life cycles, and there are different groups of people that work for Toei or are being contracted by Toei to create these series each week.
She looked at me.
What, Kenny?
Cocked her head to the side and said, I'm angry.
But it's so interesting to me because I'm just happy that people are starting to get some interest in it. But just understanding that a production studio is generally where your animation director might be held, as well as where maybe the funds for a production might come from. But a lot of times the individual animation that's occurring is not, it's mostly outsourced by individual animators that are actually paid I believe it's like a per frame basis or something like that. So understanding how these budgets work, because a lot of people also say, oh, the budget was shit when in animation, which is not exactly what that means. You know what I mean? Like, that's not exactly what's happening there. There are really good animators that charge larger per frame, which would imply if you're really good, you're charging more. And that means, yes, if you had less money, you would not be able to pay the really good animator. You would have to pay someone who maybe is charging less for their work. And therefore, that would be a budgetary constraint. So there is some stuff in there. But I really hope that people, because of this whole Mappa UFO table bullshit, I hope that people start to educate themselves on, and we try our best on this podcast to talk about the studios. Sometimes we'll talk about the directors and some of the other people that are labeled or that are listed in the credits for these works. I know we've talked about in the past, we always list the studio when we talk about a show, which is important to us because we want to make sure you guys are aware as listeners, like, oh, this is the studio that's behind this production. Because the reality of it is, if we want to keep getting good ass anime, then we have to gas these studios up, dog, because right now they're getting like fucked, to be honest. Like, a lot of these employees and workers, they don't get paid anywhere the amount that a lot of these anime are making a lot of money, and it's not getting trickled down to the right people. And it's a distribution problem there that's occurring. And there's more to this, and I won't go too deep into it, but I would just encourage anyone who is interested in this stuff, or maybe has seen some of these really flagrantly ridiculous conversations on Twitter, because I keep seeing them and they keep making me mad. If you are seeing these, I would encourage you to do your own research and figure out about these studios, because people are kind of talking out their ass on Twitter, especially about Mappa and UFO Table. Again, wonderful production studios. Mappa especially has, they have a lot of good anime under their belt right now that are coming up. And like I said, they're just a derivative of motherfucking Madhouse, which is the OG. So don't get your panties in a twist when someone says Madhouse is still heat, because they are still heat. Although I think the anime they put out recently was Police in a Pod, which is maybe not, different style from Madhouse.
Which, I forgot that show existed, and I've been wanting to watch that show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna catch up on that tonight.
Oh, but what about Studio Dean?
Are we big fans of Studio Dean here?
They ruined Seven Deadly Sins for me.
Hey, they put in hard work, okay?
sort of have the goat anime though, you know.
What did Dean put? Which one?
Didn't they do
Come on.
I think they did
This
no
is a
not
podcast that we base
Oh,
so
Vampire Night. They did Vampire Night.
Fuck me, Kitty.
They did Vampire Night.
That's the best. Did they really do it?
Yeah,
Did Studio Dean really do Vampire
Studio Dean
Night?
obviously did the Vampire Night anime here on the Vampire Night podcast, where we talk about Vampire Night every week ish.
That's
It's
pretty
a
accurate.
story.
Week-ish.
Studio Dean translated the story from manga to anime about Yuki Cross at the Cross Academy. Her friend Zero Kiryu, and shit, that other vampire's name. But we're gonna be singing "Still Doll" at karaoke here pretty soon. That is a theme song.
Is Vampire Night the one that has Is it the one that has that song that's like Akaku 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 Yurete Kimeno Yumeno Yumeno na na na?
Yeah, I think that's that song you're singing.
I think that's the Vampire Night song.
Let me go ahead and find out.
I need to listen to it. I do not remember.
I think it is.
I think that's "Still Doll."
I think that's
Wakashima.
Yeah. Fucking
Why is it
Vampire
so
Night.
creepy? It's so.
I don't know. It's like, yeah. Okay, there was my fucking animation. Guys, do you guys go on Twitter? Do you guys ever get on Twitter?
No, Jerry, that's the one mistake you make. I go on Twitter to look at what's trending, but I don't actually like read tweets because that shit will just get you.
There is
mad
so many dumb anime fans on Twitter.
Twitter is it's a cesspool of just stupidity.
I don't.
But you have to
wanna
go.
be
You have to go in there
mad.
like understanding that. If you go in there like taking it like seriously, you will be mad.
I'm just surprised by how many people so like passionately they open their phone and they see something and it's like I guess they don't know that they know what's wrong, but they state the wrong answer with the most conviction I've ever seen. Someone's like, "Fuck you, you're wrong," you know, like someone's like, "Really enjoyed this animation by Mappa on the new episode of Attack on Titan." Someone like responds, they're like, "That's not Mappa, that's OLM Studios," and it's like, what? It's like you just literally just said the wrong answer. Like you're just wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they did Komi, right?
Yeah, I think they did Komi and
they did Komi.
Taxi.
Which I mean,
sorry, I just came up. I picked a random one, David.
But like,
let me see if I can find. I have to at least talk. Okay, is this the one? Okay.
Wait, is this like the Uncensored Anime Podcast reads mean tweets edition?
I've just got to ask. I feel like I really need
Kimmel?
Kenny. I need Kenny's perspective on this. Okay.
Let's hear it.
So someone was tweeting out that Mappa made Yuji Itadori's hair color pink. That it was their decision, and not Gege Akutami's. That his hair color was pink.
Okay.
And someone responded and was like, "The cover of Volume 1. I thought Yuji had pink hair." And the person who said that Mappa did it was like, his original hair color wasn't pink. And then the guy said, "Yeah, but then Gege changed it, so it's not on Mappa doing that. They just followed the colors for Yuji." And the initial person responds again, "Well, that's not always the case. Sometimes the author simply adjusts to changes made by the studio for marketing or other reasons. From what I heard, the pre-production of the JJK anime started as early as Volume 1, so the studio could have still intruded." This is a real tweet. This person tweeted that with such fucking confidence.
No idea what they're talking about.
They
have
tweeted
no idea
that
what they're
with
talking about.
such fucking confidence. And someone responded, "Could you link me to a source to help provide that claim? Because that genuinely doesn't make any sense."
Well, Jerry, actually, if you didn't know, the pre-production on the anime started prior to the
Volume
release.
1.
It actually started prior to even production of the manga whatsoever.
Before the chapter came out in Weekly Shonen, the animation studio came up to Gege and was like, "Hey, we don't know what you're making, but we feel like this would be good. Can we we're gonna start animating right
hair,
now."
Though? He needs to have pink hair.
Oh my god.
Actually, before Gege Akutami even had the idea of Jujutsu Kaisen, the studio approached him and was like, "Hey, if you're gonna make a manga, it does have to have a pink-haired protagonist. That's sort of the rules."
Again, I just don't know what goes through people's head when they tweet something like that, because they're they're just so reassured that they're right. Like they're like, I am like whatever world I live in, I'm right, and I'm gonna tweet this out to the world. I'm gonna type this shit in and press tweet so that someone else can find this. And who know? I don't know who those fuckers are. I'll never know who they are. Some weirdos. I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I just don't know. I loved how plausible it sounds too. Like, of course. But then you think, wait a second, that's not how that works whatsoever.
No, there's no way. Volume 1 was. There's no way Mappa had even contacted Gege Akutami or started working on that until at least 2 or 3 volumes in. At least. I don't even think they would have claimed the license until about 30, 40 chapters to be up front. And you can probably actually, I bet if you Googled it, you could probably figure out when Mappa actually purchased the license to JJK. And I'm sure you could timeline it out, one by one. I'm sure you could. It's just wild that someone has to like go through the mental gymnastics of like, no, Mappa bought it before they even made Volume 1, and they told Gege to change the hair to pink for Volume 1's cover. Like, that's got to be it. Like, that's just a lot of
when was Yuji's hair a different color from pink?
It seems like the image,
the first color.
The image derives from an early color spread, or maybe even like from a Chapter 0 color spread. Something. Well, he wasn't even in Chapter 0.
But Yuji wasn't. He wasn't in Chapter 0.
Yuji wasn't in Chapter 0.
Was the guy just confusing him with
Yuta or whatever? Maybe. I can't remember if there was actual image that someone provided where he had a different color hair. But it's just bonkers. Again, guys, it's just bonkers. I feel like every day, I feel like I could open Twitter okay, I'm gonna fucking do it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm just gonna open.
I guess like an example of that, the only thing I could think of is like, was the Studio Puro that animated early One Piece?
I think this was the
first. Because with Robin's skin being different than what Oda wanted.
No, Toei. Oh well, that's a whole different story actually.
Toei, yeah.
That whole thing happened because Oda, to my understanding, Oda did not do a color spread with her prior to her appearing in the anime, and so Toei went for the darker skin. And then later, as she joined the crew and everything, Oda had done more color spreads with her, and he was coloring her a lighter color. So Toei eventually adapted and said, okay, so it was the reverse happening. Toei had made a decision, and then they actually changed it to match Oda because because of that. So reverse of, it wasn't Toei forcing Oda to make it a thing,
Was there any contact between them though? Was Oda like, hey, I think she should be like, I'm actually making her lighter. Like, I want her to be lighter. Or?
They do talk, but I don't think that there's any publicly made information about that specific conversation. But it seems as if Toei has, I believe they did put out some sort of conversation where they explained why they did what they did. But that's a confusing one because it's such a small detail that I don't think. You got to remember that Toei, the studios and the mangaka, they do go back and forth, but not about everything. And a lot of times, small details like that, the studio will make decisions of their own free will, And I believe it's bitten other series in the ass more times than once. And I'm sure that if I were to do some more research, I could find some specific examples. But there's definitely some interesting stuff out there.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I found any.
Here. I'll explain it for that guy on Twitter, okay? After Yuji eats the finger, Sukuna turns his hair pink. That's what you're not understanding.
Oh, yeah.
I explained it in universe for him.
There it is.
I think on the initial Shonen Jump volume where Jujutsu Kaisen first airs, Yuji's hair is like
a dirty brown.
Dirty brown, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I also was reading, that conversation led to me figuring out that I guess Gege Akutami might be colorblind. So he also has had troubles with figuring out what colors things are. But I think that's speculation. I don't know if that's been 100% confirmed, but that seemed to be something from that. So sometimes you do learn stuff from Twitter. This one's cracking me up. So I showed you guys this the other day, and we can actually pivot to this because I want to talk about it.
But wait, what if somebody was just saying that he was colorblind?
To try to, that's what I'm saying. It totally could. It totally could. That's why I'm saying, I don't want to verify that that's real.
Right.
Because it was definitely just another Twitter user that was like, hey, okay, so a trend on Twitter recently has been to like list out. I don't know. It's like it started because there are these weird groups of Twitter users, and they started making these like charts. They're like rank me and the White Knights anime taste, and it's like 6 of their friends, and they all have their like top 5 anime or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
I saw a funny one today that was like rank my friends and family's anime taste. It's like roommate Jamal, roommate Jillian, older brother, little sister.
What the heck?
Are they good anime taste though?
Yeah, what are the anime?
Well, Naruto is on 3 of the 4, and Dragon Ball is on 2 of the 4.
Good. Good.
Demon Slayer made it on 1 of them. Let's see.
Slayer's good.
Honestly, roommate Jamal, he's okay, but he's got Tokyo Ghoul in his top, so that's kind of a disappointment. The little sister's got the best taste because her taste is just Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Attack on Titan. So respect to the little sister.
Yeah, she knows.
The older brother has pretty much the exact same taste, except he switched One Piece for Code Geass, which is like, I don't know, that's like an edgy older brother thing. Like, oh,
Yeah,
One Piece is for kids.
I've
never seen Code Geass.
You got to think about colors by flow. Think of how good that.
So
that
yeah, you gotta
song
think about
is.
colors by flow. And then the roommate, this guy's, it says his roommate's name is Jillian. Let me see if I can get that to
Jillian,
focus.
like Dylan, but with a
You can
J.
see that?
Jillian.
That shit's Jillian with a J. That's Dylan with a J.
Are you shitting on my man's Jillian's name?
Yeah, what's wrong with
wrong
you?
with him?
Okay, do you guys know anyone named Jillian?
We got Jillian, we got Dylan, we got Dylan.
I've
we
never
got
met Jillian. I don't know Jillian.
Maybe his name is like Jylan.
Oh, you might be right. Jylan sounds way more normal.
Are you whitewashing this person's name?
Oh
I-
my God.
I-
yeah, you were saying it with the white sound. The
It's
Jillian,
definitely written. It's written like the word Dylan.
It's
but
like
with a
literally
J.
Dylan with a J.
It's Dylan with a J for sure. So my brain immediately read it as Dylan with a J. So Jillian.
Yeah,
But
I
you
just
might be
assumed
right.
that if that was-
Jylan
if it
is
was an
probably how you
R-
pronounce it. It's
yeah,
probably
if it was
Jylan.
an R, it would be Rylan, right? Rylan.
No, it'd be
Yeah.
Rillin.
No, you're right. You're right. If it's
You
an
really-
if it's an R, I would probably pronounce it Rylan. So it's probably
Rylan,
Jylan.
yeah.
I bet Jylan. Besides the
Maybe
point, Jylan also does okay, but Tokyo Ghoul
I like
ruins it.
Jillian though.
'Cause
I like that.
Jylan was Demon Slayer, Tokyo Ghoul, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter. His is also
Ooh,
okay, but
Tokyo
again,
Ghoul.
what the fuck does how did Tokyo Ghoul make it into this household's top 4?
People
for 2
love
of them?
edgy shit.
Disappointment.
Okay, that's just what it
It's
is.
it's edgy, yeah.
I didn't like Tokyo
Edge.
Ghoul.
People love the edge.
People love the edge.
This is also some weird anime to bounce back from a burnout, whatever the fuck that means.
What is this trend right now? What is this?
I don't know. Okay,
What
so
the fuck is this?
the anime
Pictures
they've
of
listed,
anime?
just so you guys know, the anime
Are
they've
people
listed,
bored?
and I'm sure that I feel like some of the times you see anime listed in this stuff, and it's like intentionally like stuff that people maybe haven't heard of to like try to show that someone's like cool and has like nice
I'm so
taste.
cultured.
You
in
know what
anime.
I mean? So this guy has 91 days on this list, and I'm like, who watched that
91
shit?
days. What
It's
is
an anime.
that?
It came out like 2019, 2018. It's pretty recent, but it's about like 2 guys. There's like I never watched. I watched like maybe the first episode.
Is it BL?
No, it's not. It's like action. Maybe the mob.
Why is it not a
mob's
BL,
involved.
Jerry?
It's not. But
What
this
about
guy
the,
also has Tatami Galaxy and Death Parade on here, which are also
Oh.
like slightly
Too
lesser
edgy.
known. But
I
I
don't know,
like
Death Parade has-
I like Tatami Galaxy. I thought it was a great show. I don't think a lot of people watched it, true, but I'm also not sitting here gassing it up, putting it out there like, oh, you haven't watched Tatami Galaxy? What's wrong with you? You know, which is like
that
totally
voice.
like, why do people do that? Why do people
As
do that?
someone who
It's a
can-
good show.
who
It's a
can
good show.
gatekeep
Those of
anime
you
and manga?
listening, go watch Tatami Galaxy. It's a good show. They're making a sequel this year, so it is a good show, and you guys should check it out. What were you gonna say, Ken?
Someone who can gatekeep anime and manga, it's just, it's just so hard, okay? I read too much, that's just it. I watch a lot of anime, I read a lot of manga.
He's like, if it's
Right.
in a manga
I just
form
don't
or
see-
anime form, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna
There's
watch
no
it.
reason to like act weird about it. Like that's the one that I'm just so over this. Like, it's okay to like shonen series and have those be your favorite because they're fun and they're exciting, enjoyable, and something you can keep watching over and over again. You don't have to have some like special taste in like, well, I watched this one show that only has 6 episodes and nobody's ever seen it and it's only ranked 2
Fooly
stars out of 10
Fooly?
on fucking
Talking about Fooly
on
Cooly?
fucking
Talking about Fooly Cooly?
my anime list, but it's my number one show. I don't know. And I think what's great about this podcast is we've had people on that
Talk about Fooly Coolies?
actually have made it really clear. You know, there's some shows that they love that are not as well known. We've had some people on that have talked about somewhat lesser known shows, and I love that. I love that when we get that because it's fun because someone really does. But I feel like generally it's balanced out because they like something that's also really mainstream. Something really, it's okay to like mainstream stuff. I'm telling you, anime fans, listen to me. Listen to me. It's okay to like mainstream stuff. You don't have to be an edgelord. You don't have to like stuff that nobody's ever heard of. Okay?
Is a PSA?
You don't have to convince yourself you like this shit just because no one's heard of it. Okay? You can like popular stuff. Please. Just like it. Okay? It's okay to like Demon Slayer. Okay? Okay.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to be pissed off
I'm happy
about.
we had this talk.
Is whenever people are acting like they've been on Blue Lock for so long, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, okay.
In June, when
Kitty-
the fucking anime comes out,
Everybody
and
has
everyone's
to
like-
respect that
everyone's like,
Kitty
"Whoa,
has
Blue Lock."
been on Blue Lock before everyone else. Kitty was on Blue
They won. You couldn't even find shit on YouTube about Blue Lock. You couldn't even low key YouTubers would
Kitty
not
was
talk
on-
about Blue Lock.
Okay, but I
was like-
want to meet the person who was on Tokyo Revengers day one. Does that person exist? Because I still haven't met them. I feel like Tokyo Revengers had like 0 American or English speaking fans until the anime came out.
Yeah.
But, Kenny, you were legitimately the Blue Lock guy. You're the Blue Lock guy.
It's gonna piss me off because people are gonna be like, "Wow, I
You-
discovered this."
On one of our very earliest episodes on this fucking podcast, you pushed Blue Lock on people.
Yeah.
You were like,
I
everybody
remember
needs
that.
to read Blue Lock. You talked about
I've been
Muneyuki Kaneshiro for like 20 minutes once.
It is because I've been reading this shit for so long. Like,
Yeah,
As the
yeah.
God Wills, I read Grass Rose and Jagan, which also I think Jagan is really, really good. But I've been reading Kaneshiro for a long time, and it pisses me off that I know that people are gonna be like, "Wow, new discovery, Blue Lock."
Have you guys heard of this?
Blue Lock. Oh, we're gonna
Oh
see
my.
Giguk and Mother's Basement all make their fucking Blue Lock videos.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
all the
pissed
like
off.
big anti-tubers are gonna be like. I mean, I don't know. It's like one of those things where like, I read Dress Up Darling, many months ago before the anime was even announced, and I didn't like it at all. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, the first
And-
volume is like,
I like totally
Not
was
that
like,
great.
okay, not for me. But now it's like everyone and their mother is talking about My Dress Up Darling, and that's okay. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I don't care if you guys like My Dress Up Darling, and I read it many months before you did. Who cares? I want everybody to enjoy anime and manga, but also
I care if you pretend like
But
I
also-
was not talking about Blue Lock.
don't
for you, okay?
don't come for Kenny when you guys are all fucking Blue Lock fans. Okay,
Everyone's like, "Whoa, Blue Lock's awesome." I'm like,
okay, I'm done with
wait,
Twitter.
I had a news thing about My Dress Up Darling that I wanted to share.
What is it?
Wait, I love those new Tokyo Revengers memes though.
It was oh wait,
Twitter went off on
that-
Tokyo Revengers. Okay, I'm done talking about
Tokyo
Twitter.
Revengers-
Twitter's the
Tokyo-
worst.
Yeah. I mean, Tokyo Revengers is
The
is
memes though was
bad.
hilarious.
The latest since the latest arc has
Second-
began.
Yep.
Tokyo Revengers is ass straight.
The
I read it
second to
every
latest
week,
chapter,
and it gets worse and worse.
second to latest chapter of Tokyo Revengers, they said some head ass shit like this is our Tokyo Revenge, and so they've been putting that in all anime and manga.
Jesus.
It's just so funny.
It is pretty funny.
The Bleach one was so good, bro. What did he even say? It was like, "This is our Bleach."
Oh, I love that. If you guys haven't seen the meme format, people
Yep.
have started inserting.
What does that meme even called? Just like Tokyo Revengers meme or something? Or
I don't
This Is
even
Our
know what to
Revenge
call
meme?
it. It was just
I don't
all
even know
over.
if people know it's from Tokyo Revengers because it
Yeah.
clearly started from that head ass shit that they did.
People
you know?
just started editing panels from every manga series and putting in like someone saying the title of the manga. That's just so stupid. It's just so stupid.
Wait, I like the Berserk one though, where
Yeah.
it's like Griffith, I forgive you. Let's have gay sex and go Berserk.
Berserk! Yo, that shit was so funny.
Oh,
Oh, that shit was so funny.
Welcome to our Tokyo Revenge. Okay, I
Welcome
don't
to our
know.
Tokyo Revenge.
this will be our last revenge.
Okay, wait, David. What was the
here it
news
is. Here
about
it is.
Dress Up Darling?
So it is just. I mean, I think we predicted this when we talked about the first episodes, but the My Dress Up Darling manga increased in 1.5 million more copies in sales since the anime premiered. 1.5 million in the past. Almost episode 7 came out.
Yeah, so
So
about 2
not
months.
even a full 2 months
Right,
since the anime.
right.
Wow.
So that that mangaka is eaten.
We have
They're
seen
eaten
this
right
happen now. I mean, this is a new. I'm not saying this is a new trend because there's always been an increase in sales following an anime
Like a
premiere.
great anime.
Yeah,
adaptation.
that's happened.
Yeah.
That's been a thing that has always happened in the community, and the companies have always known that. And a lot of times, anime are even sometimes created simply to boost manga sales. That is the goal of the anime series. But I just don't think we've ever seen it at such historic highs. And I think that's what's so unique about this current era is that like people who never bought manga are buying manga now because it's just trendy or it's cool, but also I think people are buying back into physical media and the collectability of manga. And I think that's something people had always overlooked was how collectible manga is. So it's so interesting to see these sharp rises. These are not gradual rises anymore. These are sharp. It's like people watch the first episode, they decide it's the best fucking thing they've ever seen in their entire life, and they go buy the entire manga series. They're like, I'm going to go buy all 15 volumes of Demon Slayer, or like when Demon Slayer came out, people went and binge bought every volume. And it wasn't just one or two people, it was millions of people that were going out and doing this. And so it ended up with that crazy number that I don't think will ever be topped, and that's that year when Demon Slayer sold like 83 million copies in a year or something, which was like the most bonkers number for a single series to sell in a year. And I just don't think that, that's just the craziest. It's because people were binge buying, each individual was purchasing 20 plus volumes. And that's when you started to get these crazy numbers because people didn't have any of it. People weren't reading the manga at all. And then they went totally ham-boning and bought the whole manga. Same thing happened with Tokyo Revengers and JJK last year. Blah, 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 blah. But that's pretty crazy news. I'm excited for Dress Up Darling. I'm happy for it. But I just didn't... I do want to watch the anime, but I don't think I'm going to buy the manga, honestly, personally.
I've been watching it. I've been keeping up with it. It's pretty good.
The anime seems
fun.
fun.
But I can't tell if it's because of like the animation or the actual like content.
Right.
Because, it's still kind of fan servicey, although the most... So I've seen like the first 5 episodes, so I'm like 2 behind.
Uh-huh.
But the only real like fan servicey episode was the second episode, where they're just like literally the entire episode. I think it's just one chapter, and they just spread it out, and it's just straight fan service the entire time.
Just jiggle, like, bounce, just all sorts
of jiggling. He's getting measurements of her entire body, so he's got to touch boobs, he's got to touch ass, he's got to do all these things. So it's just kind of like the studio was like, how can we? Cloverworks was like, how can we spice this up a little bit? So,
right.
But yeah, good job, My Dress Up Darling.
Good job, My Dress Up Darling. Well, boys,
I think that's good. That's enough bullshit.
One final thing. We didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about Fire Force.
It's over.
Hey guys, Fire Force ended, and it's in the same. It's in the same world as Soul Eater. Surprise. That's
spoiler. Holy shit!
I don't know. It's not real. It's just whatever.
Hey, did Death the Kid show up at the end? Is that what happened?
But I think I don't want to spoil what actually happened, but
me neither.
David spoiled himself already.
He spoiled like the main thing though. So
it's in the same universe.
Same universe.
Death the Kid is cool. I like him. He was always very funny in Soul Eater.
I need to keep watching or reading Soul Eater.
The
first 2 chapters are pretty good, so I'm like,
I've read the first
few. I read the first volume of the Perfect Editions.
Yeah, I read the first 4 perfects, which is like the first 6 of the original. Volumes. It would be the first original 6 volumes. I actually like Soul Eater, the manga.
The manga don't start till Brew anyway, so y'all just need to get to there.
I've liked the manga so far, so I'm definitely going to keep up with it and keep reading the perfects as they come out. But yeah, Fire Force, it ended. Who cares? I hope the mangaka makes another manga though. I don't know.
His art's great.
He's good, and I hope that he does something fun afterwards.
Have you guys ever played Nier?
Automata? Nier Automata? David, are you about to tell me that there's an anime coming out? Yeah, I saw that news. Yeah.
I didn't play that. I actually played the original Nier on the PS3.
Oh, Kitty, yeah, sorry,
the
Kitty,
original.
yeah, he never played that, yeah.
No, it was like balls hard though. Like Automata like perfected some of the systems. The first game like blew low key. Like unless you were willing to just like literally walk around and kill pigs for hours, like it was just like hard as hell for no goddamn reason.
I mean, killing pigs, like actual pigs.
No, they were like mechanical pigs or whatever.
Because you kill pigs in
Automata.
Horizon Forbidden West. That's
Mechanical
what I've been
pigs.
doing. I've been killing. No, well, I haven't seen any mechanical pigs yet.
Jared,
David-
buy me Elden Ring.
No,
hey, everybody,
wait,
give me
are we
a comment.
buying
Elden Ring?
No, wait, no.
Elden Ring.
No,
$70, please,
David's the
from
rich
your
one.
bank
David,
account.
buy him Elden Ring,
No, gotta
please.
come from-
I
gotta
got a
come
new
from your
job,
bank
baby.
account.
Drop that fat stack on.
David,
come on,
David, why
bro,
don't you
you're my
just buy
brother.
Elden
Buy
Ring
me
for
Elden Ring.
David? Should buy it for himself, and then you should just play it on his PS5.
Troy bought it for David
My
already.
friend already bought it for me for my birthday.
Oh, do we need to cut
Oh no, he can stay in. Fuck Troy. No, I'm joking.
Alright.
I love you, Troy.
Troy's name? He's never gonna make it this far in this episode.
Yeah, there's no way.
I
but-
would laugh my ass off though if Troy genuinely listens to every one of our episodes and he
like gets to this and he's like, fuck you guys.
like, fuck
No.
you guys.
I think he's just a subscriber. I don't think he actually listens to us. He was like, "I'll support you from afar."
I know Tony
Legend.
often puts shit on in the background and he'll listen to it. So.
Legend.
Love
Okay,
you, Tony.
so
Yep.
you have Elden Ring, but it's on your PC, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Yes.
Ah, there you go.
And it
So-
doesn't matter, Jerry. David moved his TV back into his room. So how was I going to play it?
Yeah, you just go in his
Yeah, you
bed.
can
Yeah,
just-
you just go.
Come on, come over to the
Me and
bed,
David
yeah.
just cuddle up next to each other.
Well,
I'll play on my computer.
Uh-huh.
Jerry can buy it physically. He can bring it over, play it on
Oh
my
yeah,
TV.
Jerry, you just buy it for you, and then we'll put it in
Triple
the
Elden
David's
Ring.
PS5.
I mean, I might buy Elden Ring eventually, but I like to wait for, as I told
How
David
much?
the other
How
day,
much is Demon Souls?
I like to wait for games to go on sale because they go on sale like a month or two after they come out, dude. So it's really silly to buy it the day it comes out.
But is it silly though? Can you wait though 1 to 2 months?
Easily, I can easily.
It's- I only have to wait one day to get paid tomorrow, and I'm like burning. I'm like, I want to play. I wanted to play Elden Ring all day today.
I will
I would
say,
wait.
Wait,
downloaded
Kenny, it's not out though.
what?
I thought
It's
it was
only
out.
it's only out for like early access people.
Oh,
like streamers and stuff.
Oh.
I'm about to say PewDiePie is literally live streaming right now.
Yeah, like obviously like big streamers are able to play it early.
What the
I saw an
fuck?
image
This-
the other day.
this
I
world
saw
is
an image
not
the other day,
fair.
and it was like early reviews, and it was just like all 10 out of 10.
10s,
Like
10s,
just
yeah.
straight 10s, like 50 different websites. They all gave it a 10 out of 10. I was like, wow, that's got to be the most universal acclaim for a video game I've like ever seen, at least in a long time. Because
It's
that's
good.
crazy.
That's why.
It's like niche, so it's like if you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, it's like apparently perfect.
right.
It's
but
Dark
it's-
Souls
it's
Breath
not
of the
for
Wild.
everybody.
This is Dark Souls Breath of the Wild.
It's Dark
Jerry.
Souls Breath of the Wild. It's Dark Souls
This
Breath
is
of the
Dark
Wild.
Souls-
Sign
this
me
is-
up.
that's
Sign
not-
me the fuck up,
That's
dog.
not even a joke. It is
Whatever.
literally.
Hey,
Dark
we are
Souls
not
Breath
a video game podcast, Kenny. No, I'm joking.
Welcome to the anime video game podcast.
Actually, we're
where we
ditching
talk
manga.
about-
We're ditching anime. This is the
We're pivoting.
uncensored
pivoting.
video game podcast.
We're changing.
Pivot.
We're changing
Pivot.
to the video game podcast. We talk
No.
about video games here.
Video
There's so
games.
many video. There are so few anime podcasts and so many video game podcasts.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
that's
good
true. That's
games
very
coming out
true.
this year. A lot of good anime coming out this year. It's a good year. Good year to be alive.
I mean,
So-
Blue Lock. Well,
Did you guys? I don't think we've talked about this yet. Did we talk about this? Fuck, I don't remember. Did we talk
What?
about the Bastard trailer on here yet? I don't remember.
no.
Well, Netflix
Bastard
Netflix has a bunch of new anime coming out. One already
Bastard.
dropped. It was called The Orbital Children. They also announced
Oh, I'm
Bastard.
not-
Did you guys watch Orbital Children yet? I haven't watched it
I
yet.
watched.
I've watched half of it.
Okay, so we're
Yeah,
gonna probably
yeah.
talk about Orbital Children in the future.
I think that has the second part
No,
come
we're
out yet,
talking
Kenny?
about Scissor 7.
Sorry, we're gonna talk. So, Orbital Children is a new Netflix show that dropped, and then additionally, they have two new shows coming out. One is Thermae Rome Nove, which I'm really excited for. Have you guys heard about this one? So
No,
they
I
dropped a
haven't.
trailer. You guys should go check the trailer out. Those of you listening, it's about a ancient Greek man who goes through a hot tub essentially and gets sucked into modern times, where he discovers like modern Japanese hot springs and bathhouses.
Oh,
And he has to like take
right,
what he
yeah.
learns about the modern bathhouses back to ancient Rome to like improve their bathhouse situation there. And it's a comedy. It's based off a pretty classic comedy manga. And there was an older anime they made for it that I don't think adapted the manga exactly. But the new manga or the new anime, I think, is going to be adapting the manga straight across. The trailer looked really funny, and they got Kenjiro Tsuda to play the voice. What's Kenny doing? Did he go into bed, Ken? God damn it.
He's sleeping, Jerry.
Tell me again, Jerry. It's about a guy who... I think I saw this movie, and I think it starred Daryl Robinson, right? Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yes, Kenny. It's about an ancient
I think he
Greek...
went back...
It's about an ancient
Time
Greek
Machine,
man.
the anime?
It's sucked into the... Yes, it's Hot Tub Time Machine, but for bathhouses in Japan, okay? It honestly looks really funny, and they got the guy Kenjiro Tsuda, which is the guy who plays House Husband on House Husband.
Yep.
And he's a wonderful voice actor, and he's going to do great on this show. And it looks funny as fuck, in my opinion. And I'm excited to see it because the manga is supposedly quite heralded. You know, it's one that's held to a high esteem. So, but it's an older manga, maybe the mid 2000s or something. I can't remember, but that's exciting. And then obviously Bastard, which is a classic manga, came out in like the 80s or 90s, I believe. It's on like indefinite hiatus, but it's about a guy named oh my god, the character's name is like so iconic too, and I'm totally blanking on it.
I think I remember his name.
Schneider, Dark Schneider. Don't
yeah. No. His name. God damn it!
Don't say Yuki Cross. Dark Schneider.
Cross.
It's the story of Dark Schneider, who's like one of those badass anime protagonists who are just way overpowered, and essentially he's like in a sword and sorcery type world, and he just like murders bitches, and that's the concept, I think. I don't know a ton about it. I just know it's one of those classic manga. But the animation is being done by Leiden Films. So I'm not going to lie. The trailer looks a little bunk. And I think this might be another like Netflix miss kind of thing.
They did Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah, and Berserk 2016. They're really well known. They're really well known for just quality animation.
Hey, but like we said, they put a lot of hard work, a lot of effort in there, so we appreciate their, their attempt.
So we're gonna watch.
Close Leiden Films.
We're gonna try Bastard for sure. I definitely want to watch it. It's a classic anime manga.
So we're gonna watch Scissor 7.
So Kenny so get in the comments. Kenny loves to say get in the comments. Get in the comments. Kenny wants us to watch and review Scissor 7 here on the podcast. What do you guys think? Those of you at home, get in the comments. Should Jerry, David, and Kenny watch and review the entirety of Scissor 7? It's a Netflix show. I believe it's it's a Chinese animation, right? Yeah.
Chinese anime.
And it's been dubbed into English as well. But it's a shorter form show. I don't think the episodes are a full 20 minutes, right?
12-minute episodes, I think.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Ronnie
if you guys
Chung
want us to review
the English voice actor.
Yeah, he sounds pretty good.
He's very. If
you guys want us to review Scissor 7, Kenny really wants us to review it. So get in the comments. Let us know. Should we watch and review Scissor 7? Are you guys fans? Yeah. I want to hear. But
all the Scissor 7 fans get in the comments.
There's one thing that David and I can talk. Well, Kenny, I don't know if you watched it or not.
What are you talking about?
Demon Slayer ended. Season 2.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw some of the clips, though.
That was crazy, guys. I'm still anime original, or anime only, not original, anime only. I don't know what happens. I really had a blast with this arc, and I had a lot of fun. I thought Tengen was amazing. I thought that...
Love Tengen.
I thought that I found the comedy of them dressing up and going into these houses or whatever. I thought it was fucking funny. I don't know if everyone else did, but I thought it was funny. And the fight scenes were fucking bozo. UFO Table did what they do best and made some of the most sick-ass fight scenes. I do think that there were some contrived storyline elements, like the fucking demon, the upper moon or whatever that they fought. I hate the flashback episode, like, into the season.
The demon flashback?
I just don't care about that.
That's the Demon Slayer formula.
Do it every time.
I know.
They fight Demon.
I know.
Demon has upper hand. They kill Demon. We see flashback of Demon when they were a human. Tanjiro cries. They crumble into
death. They go on. Right. Okay. But the most badass thing that happens
every single arc.
The most badass thing that happened was when Inosuke gets stabbed in the heart, and he's just like, surprise, I moved my heart around inside my body. And I was like, what? I was like, wait a second.
Oh, and he can shift his internal organs.
Oh, what?
He's got beast breathing, bro.
I guess, but jeez.
Can boars actually do that?
I have no idea, but that would be cool. But, I don't know. The best part for me was Tengen. I think Tengen was just so awesome. And I loved him way more than Rengoku. I like Tengen a lot more. I thought he was
R.I.P. Rengoku.
I thought he was a much more three-dimensional character that had a lot more thought put into him than Rengoku was. I will say that Rengoku actually got some fleshing out in this season, which I didn't expect, with the whole scene that started the season where he went and met with his dad and Rengoku's little brother and all this other stuff. So we actually got some more depth to Rengoku that this season kind of gave to him.
Oh, wait, that was in this season?
Yeah, they put that stuff in season 2.
That chapter came out, after the series was over.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like an epilogue chapter.
Oh, they threw that into this season. That's interesting. I didn't know that was not in order there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I found that pretty interesting to learn more about Rengoku. But to me, Tengen was way more fun, just a way more vibrant character. Something about, yes, he has 3 wives, whatever.
What's wrong with having 3 wives?
They're all 3 cool?
And they love him. They're okay with the situation, okay?
Yeah.
Polyamory.
What's wrong with the situation? It's just...
That's actually, I think it's just polygamy, Jerry.
Yeah, you're right. It's just polygamy because he's just married to 3 women. You're right.
Yeah.
It's not really a web. It's just 3 girls and him.
Yep.
Beside the point, Tengen's great, and the fight scenes were incredible. And what a hell of a season! I
Jerry,
had a lot of fun.
That episode where it was the last 4 episodes were just straight fights, but
it's just
the one episode where I think was the best animation of the entire fight, where it's like the 3 are fighting the sister Upper Moon, and Tengen is fighting, I can't remember their names, but the brother Upper Moon. And it's just like,
I think that was the second to last. I think is the one you're thinking of.
Second to last. Yeah.
I think it was.
It gave me that vibe of like Naruto fighting Sasuke. It was like, okay, like we're talking too much. Like we need to stop talking. Let's just fight. And it's just like animation. That's those were the vibes that I got. And I'm like, damn. Like the mangaka of Demon Slayer, she owes so much to UFO Table, because let me tell you, reading this arc in the manga, I'm like it looks cool. I'm like, okay, like these like the paneling is like cool, like the art's all right, whatever, blah blah blah. But like seeing it animated, like I had to just like stop and just like did I just watch that? Like that was amazing. So yeah, so UFO Table, saving the Demon Slayer bacon because they just do what they do best.
Yeah, Demon Slayer wouldn't be Demon Slayer without UFO Table. So it's like, shout out to Gotoge, and I'm really happy that their manga sold so well following the anime, and they've most likely made a substantial amount of money from the insane amount of sales from that manga. I did hear, there was the whole thing going around about how Gotoge didn't make a lot of money off of the ticket sales for the movie. But again, and no disrespect to Gotoge, I think that they did their thing, whatever. I think that UFO Table really salvaged what was in there, and they are really mostly to blame for the massive success that this series has gotten. And I'm not saying Gotoge should get her cut of this profit for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think she
created it. It's her idea.
They may have shorted her quite a bit, is what I've heard. But I do think that UFO Table really deserves such praise for turning Demon Slayer into something that it never. Imagine. Just let's have a little. Imagine Demon Slayer if Studio Dean had made it. Okay, let's just throw back to Dean.
You're shitting on Studio Dean right now.
I'm just saying it would have that series Demon Slayer by Studio Dean would have never gone anywhere. It would have never gone anywhere. That series would have been an absolute.
Leiden Films.
If Leiden Films, Leiden Films did make Tokyo Revengers, which still blew up. But if Demon Slayer had been adapted by a studio that just didn't care as much and didn't put anywhere near as much into it, that it just would not have. It just wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
A Studio Dean Demon Slayer is a world that I don't want to live in. That I don't want to live in that world.
Okay, Studio Dean. Okay, so we live in a world where there's UFO Table, Demon Slayer, Studio Dean, Berserk. What if it swapped? And we had Studio Dean, Demon Slayer, but we got
if I had to sacrifice Demon Slayer to get an immaculate version. Fuck yeah, fuck you, Demon Slayer. Give me Berserk, goddammit. Because Berserk 2016 looks like fucking. I don't even know. It looks like Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1, dog. That's what it looks like. That's I can. That,
Wait, no, that's
a good
X-Arm. That's
Good
X-Arm.
game. Good game.
good game, but it's.
No, X-Arm looks like it was on the fucking Super Nintendo. I don't even know.
Listen, do you guys remember Final Fantasy VII Advent Children?
Yeah.
Not pretty well done 3D animation.
It looked great for its time. Yeah.
For its in Berserk 2016, crapped it out. Just
looks like
dumped
shit.
it
And
out.
it came out in like 2001 too.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who animated that?
Yo,
Squeenix, I think.
Maybe Square.
I think so.
Oh,
I think they did themselves.
oh wait, 2005 movie.
Still, that shit hard. I can't with all this shitty 3D animation. I don't know why it keeps
The video
happening,
game
guys.
music karaoke. I was gonna sing "Live and Learn" from Sonic Adventure 2.
Give us a couple bars, Ken. Give us a couple bars. Yeah,
Can
just
you
give us-
feel life
Uh-huh.
burning through your spine?
Yeah,
All right,
just
so
give us
that's this week's episode of the Uncensored Anime Podcast.
David, what would you rate Demon Slayer season 2? Like I like out of 10.
Oh shit!
Yeah, what would you rate?
It's so hard to rate this because like the music, like opening, ending, fire, animation, fire. I'm not a huge fan of Demon Slayer characters because they're just so one dimensional. And so like, and really all that really happened this second season was just fights. Like it was, how long was it? Like 12 episodes or 10 episodes?
I mean, they pretty much just met up with another.
They got to the Entertainment District arc.
Yeah.
They did some snooping around, some detectiving.
Yeah, they beat
Found
Upper Moon.
the Upper Moon and they fought. So it was, fuck. I would give it like a 7.
Solid. I think that I would. It's like story and plot like a 3 out of 10, and then it's like production value 10 out of 10. So it evens out to like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Easy, I think.
Yeah.
I'll do 7 with you.
The exact same mindset.
I'll join you. 7 out of 10. I think Entertainment District arc 7 out of 10. Solid production by UFO Table. Really salvaged the series for this season. So I'm excited for the next season though, which it's already been confirmed. So we'll see it soon enough. But other than that, boys,
after this is it just the? It's like 2 arcs and then the final arc, right?
Yeah, the sword restructuring, the training arc, and then the final arc can be 2 arcs.
Infinity Castle.
Yeah.
Okay, so on another note, Attack on Titan's almost over, and they also, as news, they did announce that the last episode is going to be delayed a week, which is ridiculous. I don't know what they're doing there. And each episode, I will admit, the last 2 episodes of the show that have come out, I liked a lot more because we got away from some of the ethereal Aaron bullshit,
Time traveling bullshit,
whispering in his dad's ear bullshit. And we've gotten back to grounding some of the characters and some of the finale, like wrapping up some of the stories of some of the characters that are on the ground. Connie and Falco, whatever's going to happen there. Mikasa and Armin trying to figure out how to salvage what's left. Jean and, oh my God, what's that guy's name that's going bonkers? He's a Jaegerist. I can't think of his name. It's just crazy. But after I watched this last episodes of Titan or whatever, and there's more. I think we have 4 or 5. There's a couple more episodes left. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not the final season.
Most likely, we're gonna get a movie. I think that the rumors have already started cropping up. It seems like they're gonna go pretty close to the end, and then they're gonna make a movie for the finale, which is bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck all that shit. You don't make the final season and then be like, oh, final season part 2, and then it turns out not the final season. It's actually just the epilogue to the final movie.
Yeah, like why are you calling it the final season? Like,
all sorts of bullshit. I love you, Mappa, but AOT was not your game, dog. I don't know how else to put it.
Right back where
I don't know why, because they also did Jujutsu Zero as a movie.
They did,
and I'm like,
but at least with JJK Zero, it's not propelling the plot, but
right.
It's something that's just sort of a side story / earlier story that can be fun to see before the new season. Kenny, what are you doing?
Live and learn from
they're not living, they're not learning.
But here's the deal. I went back.
Attack on Titan is a shitty mech anime, everybody, and you heard it here first. Okay, I don't care what any other goddamn YouTuber says.
I mentioned on here. I feel the inklings of it wrapping up poorly. I'm still anime only. I have not read the manga. I have not spoiled myself in the finale. I'm watching weekly, just like any of you all that are out there that are also watching weekly. I can already see the inklings as to why people got pissed about the finale because I can already see it, the cracks starting to come through. Yesterday, though, Alyssa and I went back and we watched episode 1 of Attack on Titan. holy shit on a shit sandwich. Wit Studio makes some of the most beautiful animations on the planet of Earth. Like, I don't know how anyone can watch the Mappa episodes and go back and watch the Wit episodes and be like, oh yeah, Mappa really topped them. There's just it's just like no comparison in my mind. Like,
are people saying that Mappa's doing it better than Wit?
That has become like a recent conversation that Mappa is improving Attack on Titan. I even saw like a fucking picture. Someone had like the Colossal Titan and like a Giant Titan that like Mappa made and one that Wit made, and they were like, tell me Mappa didn't just body Wit, you know? And it was like so out of context bullshit.
I mean, they both have strengths in
right.
Like, they both animation wise have like elevated certain things.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think that.
Right,
I don't think Mappa's version.
It's hard to compare.
Mappa's version is not like when Studio Dean took over Seven Deadly Sins. I had to go back to Studio. You know, they haven't like butchered the project.
Studio Dean Anime Podcast.
Yeah, They haven't like butchered the series by any means. Mappa's done a good job maintaining the quality of the series, but I do think that Wit was just so stellar, dude. Like, the colors, the vibrancy of the show, the way the animations flowed, everything about the character models that Wit had, just such a vibrant looking show. And rewatching the first episode, I was like, wow, man, like Wit just knew what they were doing when they did this series. And I loved Wit, and I missed them, and I'm excited. They do other shows now. I mean, they just finished.
Ranking of Kings is pretty great.
Boji's wrapping up soon.
He's best boy.
Boji.
Best boy himself. Oh my god, guys, we never talked about the results of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Oh, I don't think any of our choices won, right?
Yeah, our choices were pretty much way off. We were way off the shot, guys.
Everybody picked Attack on Titan on everything. So
if anyone wants to, go back to the episode where we listed what we would vote for, compare them to the winners, and see how many we got right. Because I only think we got it. I feel like we were like 50-50. Like, I feel like half of them we got right, half we got wrong. We did say Boji for best boy. So
did Attack on Titan win a lot of them?
Attack on Titan won Anime of the Year, which I thought was bonkers, because it should have been Odd Taxi. Yeah, whatever.
Well, when we were going through them, I had a feeling that like Aaron and Attack on Titan was going to win like a majority of the categories.
Right. But overall, right now, I feel like Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer were just running. They're just running the gamut on anime. Like, until Titan's over, people just aren't going to be talking about anything else right now. You know what I mean? Now that Demon Slayer's over, once Titan's over, then people will shift focus to some other shows. Are we getting Spy Family in the next season? I think we are.
I thought it was summer.
No, I think it's spring. I think Spy Family is spring. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll
have that.
I think Spy Family, which I think is going to be a huge hit. Wit Studio, the baby themselves, are bringing the heat with that. But so I'm excited for spring shows to come out, and we'll talk more about them soon. But overall, I mean, other than Dress Up Darling, I dropped everything else. I was gonna maybe watch some other stuff, but I'm out on that.
I've been watching a few of them.
I'm watching Titan and Demon Slayer, which Demon Slayer's over now, but I'm watching Titan pretty much. Other than that, and Dress Up Darling, I pretty much ditched on the rest.
Titan, Dress Up Darling, Bisco. There's another show I'm forgetting.
Strongest,
at least like 3/4.
Strongest Sage with the weakest crest. Is that?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, David, you're loving that. No, David's keeping up with that one every week. Yeah,
absolutely.
He's trying to go.
That's on my like backlog list. I'm like, okay, I saw episode 1. I have to finish it before I die. But it's like the very bottom.
Finish it before I die.
Said before I die. He'll be on his deathbed.
Oh my God. Okay, so
put on Strongest Age.
Legitimately, that is all that we have for you guys today. I think we've covered everything that's come about. There has been.
Remember,
what
you should just live and learn. Hang on the edge of tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. What Kenny said.
Follow me. Set me free. Trust me. We'll escape from the city.
We're going to have some more people coming on the podcast. We have a couple different ideas. We may be doing our first live podcast in the next couple months. We've submitted some panel applications, so you might be able to come see us if you're in the Texas area. We might be at a couple different anime cons around here, so if you guys ever see us out and about, feel free to come and say hi. Additionally, I think we should talk about The Legend of Vox Machina at some point here on the show, guys, because it's anime adjacent, which we talk about anime adjacent stuff sometimes.
Jerry, I've been asking about Scissor 7 for fucking weeks.
After Scissor 7,
you're trying to jump.
Kenny, we're just letting you know now. Your opinion is shit. We're not gonna watch Scissor 7.
Scissor 7's trash, dude. No,
it's trash. We're not gonna watch.
1 out of 10. No, 1 out of 10. No.
1 out of 10. All right, next show.
No, but Legend of Vox Machina, anime adjacent. It's really popular. Or it's not based off Critical Role, the podcast. I watched the whole season. I really enjoyed it. We should definitely talk about it at some point.
Is it all out?
It's all out now. It was coming out like 3 episodes a week for the last 4 weeks, but the last episodes came out last Friday. So, Kenny, you should watch it. You love Critical Role, so you should actually be the one excited about it.
I know I watch Critical Role every week, Jerry. I know I do.
Well, watch Vox Machina so we can talk about it.
We only talk about shows that you've been watching. I want one show, Scissor 7.
Kenny just wants Scissor 7. Oh
they're 12-minute episodes. That's how.
David, let's do it right now. We're committing. We're gonna watch Scissor 7 and review it.
I'm already starting.
I'm never watching Scissor 7.
It's on the TV right now. It's about to start.
Watch every episode of Season 7. We're gonna watch every episode of Season 7. Or Scissor 7, not Season 7. God damn it. On that note, all of you at home, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Uncensored Anime Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, make sure that you subscribe. That helps us out in the algorithm and helps our channel to grow, and also just helps to get our content out to a bigger audience. So make sure you guys are doing that. And heck, go back on our backlog. If this is your first time joining us, go back, smash the like button on a lot of different shows, leave some old comments. We try to respond to all the comments. If you're listening to us on audio platforms, so you're on Spotify, you're on Apple Podcasts, wherever you might be, go in and see if they have a rating. Give us a 5-star, give us a follow on those platforms as well, because it also helps our podcast to grow on those channels as well. Additionally, if you guys ever have any suggestions, we will always try to get to suggestions. We still have some old suggestions we promised we would do, but some of our suggestions we have been able to take in and adapt for us here on the show. So if you want us to talk about anything, if you want us to, do anything, if you really want us to watch Scissor 7, make sure that you get in the comments and let us know how much you support Kenny and Scissor 7. That would be really helpful as well, guys. But on that note, this has been the Uncensored Anime Podcast, and we're saying peace.
Live and learn.